Hey, so it's been a while since I've done any updates, and the biggest project that I was working on back in the day was a house flip. And just to let you guys know, I ended up selling that thing based on what I put into it, which is the actual cost of the holding as well as the construction costs. I made about 60% on my money. The reason why I don't have exact certainty on the amount that I made is because there's all these tax advantages of real estate that I actually slipped in there, and we had a longer holding period than just a year on that property. So we were able to take advantage of certain, I guess, tax advantages on the property. Anyways, the reason why I'm making this video is to update y'all on, what my real estate entrepreneurship kind of has done, and where I'm at a year after that last one. Basically, I haven't updated my videos for about a year. It's kind of early, so there's other people in the house sleeping. So I am just kind of, it's 5:45, and I just want to talk about habits. And why I haven't done my videos is because of habits as well. I haven't been doing my updated videos because I've just gotten into the habit of working and of grinding, and one of the biggest habits that you can do is the habit of morning routines. And the reason why those work so well, especially for those who are entrepreneurs, who don't have set schedules, who don't have a boss who comes out and, always has a schedule, is that morning routines give people certainty. It also gives people habits, and the other flip side is that these habits have to lead into action. But a lot of morning routines that you see online are like really, a lot of them are, they get too into this habit of priming yourself into getting ready for something and then not actually doing it. So what you have to do is you have to bring in doing, you have to bring in action into that morning routine. And the thing about morning routines is they're different for everybody. So I think for entrepreneurs, people who don't have normal schedules, or who are in a regular routine of life and want to really change it up, you've got to really focus on your morning routine. If you're trying to do a big change, like if you're trying to get into real estate investing or trying to get into a new habit of being a business owner or an entrepreneur, then you have to, start changing your habits, and you have to really focus on your morning routines. My morning routine right now, the main things that are great about it is that it brings me certainty. It allows me to kind of wake up and prime myself for the day, and I got a lot of that from like Tony Robbins and some other business / guru type guys. And then it gives you just habits of getting ready and priming yourself into something that really, it can propel you into great things. And I'm just going to share with you a couple books, and I'm actually going to later be going over these books more in depth and how they really affected my life in a great way. I think the two major parts about being an entrepreneur and being an investor in real estate or anything, because real estate, if you want to get really good at it, it has to be a business. You have to take into account the principles and the true, not just habits, but what you do in business is really comes from this higher culture of yourself. And it kind of sounds a little foofy, but it's all true. Like, if you can really change your mindset, it really takes a long time to change those habits, but it's doable, because I used to be a lot more lazy. I still am lazy, but that has to do with procrastination. Being lazy and procrastinating has to do with a lot of things. It has to do with just a lot of just mindset. You could be overstressed, anxious, depressed, but that's all habits. So I'm going to share with you a couple books. Hope you guys can start. I actually wanted to just update you guys and not get so philosophical about it, but true business entrepreneurship and investing mindset, really, it's a mindset. It's not just how to, and there's plenty of how to, but people who are actually doing this, it's more about their mindset. Because, for instance, I know a lot of entrepreneurs and I know a lot of real estate investors. Even like my real estate mentor investor, he doesn't know what the freak a morning routine is. He just gets up and takes action. But see, everybody's different, and you need to transition yourself into and transform yourself into an entrepreneur, transform yourself into a real estate investor. Finding those secrets of success they're out there, but it's not what you think. Like, a lot of people think that like step-by-step actions lead to it. It's really like the mindset shift, and then taking those step-by-step actions. But it's not just step-by-step, because it's dynamic. There's a lot of different facets of it. There's not just a one set fits goal. But that being said, there are habits, and that's The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. I guess this is on reverse, but that's one habit book. And then this is another habit book, The Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. But it's this repetition of doing and actually doing. I do real estate. I'm not just a guru. I'm up right now. I actually made a couple calls to 5:45 a.m. I made a couple calls to some of my workers, just telling them what we're going to be doing, construction guys. Because as a real estate investor, development of properties, development is just bringing construction into real estate. Here's another book, The Unofficial Guide to Real Estate Investing. Do you see how beat up this book is? I used to take this book around with me while I was fixing up properties, mainly duplexes and single family. And then I would, use this as a guide. But there's all sorts of books that are great. I'm going to go into these books later. Whatever real estate investor needs to know about cash flow. Cash flow is everything in business, accounting, all that stuff. So these are just some of the books that I've read. This is, of course, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the book that everybody needs to read if you want to get into real estate and entrepreneurial mindset. And then one last book that I'm kind of using to kind of get into that next level of mindset is Ray Dalio's Principles. But anyways, guys, time to get to work. My morning routine is done, and this is just like a kind of hey, I'm back, guys. I'm going to start doing this real estate stuff again online, share with you guys in-field stuff. I think real estate, there's a lot of phonies out there and fakers. No offense to any guys out there who are faking it, but I'm doing it. And the thing about real estate is there's a lot of money and wealth in it, and it's based, the way I got that was through big dreams and goals, and then doing big dreams and goals, and then doing stuff, failing, doing it again, failing, learning from the failures. That's when you really learn. It's that risk-reward balance, and just doing shit. But you need guidance as well. mentorship. That's what Rich Dad Poor Dad is all about, is mentorship. It's about how he learned from his rich dad, habits, goals, mindset. The game of Monopoly is real estate. You buy a bunch of little houses and you trade them. 1031 exchange, for instance. 1031 exchange is an exchange where you can do it tax-free, tax-deferred into the next level, but you trade the houses and buy a hotel. I've literally done that. It's just crazy, but I get excited about it because I like to dream big, but I like to do big. I like to fail and then move forward. That's the simple task. And then the other simple part about real estate is you buy low, sell high. And then in between buying low and selling high, there's just a freaking grind. There's toilets, there's termites, there's people calling you about water heaters, there's little lawsuits, slip and falls, there's evictions, there's all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of people out there who don't work hard and they just think that they just deserve everything. It's crazy. But I'll get into all that stuff later, guys. I want to show you guys a little bit of philosophy, a little bit about how to do stuff, how to do, tax-deferred, tax-free stuff, how to save money in real estate, how to protect yourself, how to invest, how to do property management, because property management is, and this guy, Ken Milkelroy, was the property manager for Rich Dad Poor Dad. He says that it's all about how you manage the property because that's how you build wealth. Have you heard of value add properties? It's how you manage the properties and you add value to the properties and then you resell them. People are like, how'd you make a couple $100,000 in real estate? Because it's the time for the 10 years that you hold the property, you manage it, you fix it up, you put better tenants in, and then you build this. All right, you build up an empire. Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna show you guys a lot of like how to, what I'm doing. I'm gonna like take you guys out to apartments. Check out my old videos. They're not very well edited, but they're just raw, and it's just like footage of me walking around offices and apartments and doing house flips and doing foundations and doing windows and roofs and tenants. And anyways, guys, it's all about risk reward, big dreams, big goals, and then setting those habits to get you to those actionable goals. It's all about action. There's a lot of uncertainty in investing because there's a lot of big money and you can lose a lot too. So I want to make sure that y'all are ready for it, that you guys do the routines, habits to get to this place. All right, guys, I'm out. If you guys have been here for this long, I'm going to go over Ray Dalio's principles pretty in depth on my next videos. And also, I'm going to be taking you guys to apartments and to flips and development sites, construction, and how to buy multifamilies. I'm just going to take you guys out into the field. So, real world applications of the principles through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. All right, guys, peace out.